YouTube, how's it going? We're back with another 7-round NFL mock draft. This one is covering the New York Jets, who have the 6th pick in the upcoming draft. And don't forget, always a link in the description to go vote for the fan voted mock draft. We're going to keep ripping through that, give you guys time to vote for each pick. When it gets through, I'm going to make another video on your guys' mock draft, and I'm going to break it down, my thoughts on it, so it should be fun. Always a link in the description. Go click on it. Go vote. Once you pick your player, then it shows you the past picks, and then you submit it. So go check that out. But today is my Jets 7-round mock draft. And let's start with the first round. They have the 6th pick, and I got them going Baker Mayfield, quarterback, Oklahoma. Really, I think who's supposed to be the top 2 quarterbacks, Josh Rosen and Sam Darnold, I don't think they're going to be there. I think they're going to have their choice between Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. I do love Lamar Jackson, but I don't think it's realistic he goes this early. I like Baker Mayfield a lot, too. I mean, he can throw the ball. I think he can play in a pro-style offense. I think he can play in an RPO offense if more teams start to follow the Eagles and some of these other teams that are starting to do it. So I think he can really fit in any system. I think he has the ability to do pretty much anything. So I like Baker Mayfield. Not a big fan of Josh Allen, but I've started to like him a little more. But I like Baker Mayfield for this pick a lot more at 6. So on to round 2. Ronald Jones, running back, USC. Now, I got a first-round grade on Ronald Jones. I like him a lot, but it's definitely realistic he drops to the 2nd round where they have an early pick, and I would love this pick. I like him on the Jets. I like him with Baker Mayfield. That'd be very fun to watch. So again, Ronald Jones, first-round talent for me, but the running backs are stacked again, so that may push him back. We saw a guy like Dalvin Cook and Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara, they got pushed back. Well, Kareem Hunt kind of went where he's expected, but I thought Kamara was a first-round talent last year. He got pushed back to 3rd round, so it's possible. And this would be one heck of a draft. So I really enjoyed doing this draft because the Jets are in a position to do great things here. So I really like this draft that I put together. Not a Jets fan either, so that's not why. It's just the position that they're in. They could do great things here. Because they have 2 second-round picks here. We're on to the second-round pick. Second round is stacked in this year's draft. But I got him taking Isaiah Oliver, corner from Colorado. Some say first round, but I think he gets to the second. Possibility he gets to the 2nd pick in the 2nd round with the Jets. Maybe they have to take him with the first one. But I like Isaiah Oliver a lot. Colorado keeps producing corners. Colorado and Ohio State. Maybe Washington. They got some damn good corners. So he didn't really get a lot of action last year because of Kella Witherspoon and Awuzie. But, I mean, he played, and he had a great year this year, good at pass deflections. He's all over the place, got long arms, can make plays on the ball. Even when he gets slightly beat, he can reach for it, make a good play. So these Colorado corners are good. I like Isaiah Oliver a lot. I think he's a 2nd-rounder. The Jets need a corner. I can see Isaiah Oliver fitting in there for the Jets. So, again, this could be – they have a chance to do something great here with these picks. Like I said, day 1 – maybe not as good as last year, still good, but then you got so many of these guys this year that are like borderline round 1, round 2. So that pushes guys into round 2, pushes guys into round 3, maybe even 4. So day 2 of the draft is going to be excellent. I've said it before, and I'm sticking to it. Day 1's first round is going to be good, not as good as last year because the star potential, you look for elite potential in the first round, not as much, but round 2. Where the Jets have 2 picks, it's going to be fun. So if they get a guy like this, they got Ronald Jones and Isaiah Oliver, you couldn't be more happy in that. And it's a possibility because guys get pushed back. On to round 3, Deshaun Hand, defensive lineman from Alabama. I love this pick. I think this guy should be a 2nd round. Lack of production pushes him to round 3 possibly. That's because there's so many guys in Alabama. But Muhammad Wilkerson's got to be on his way out. I love this replacement. I haven't seen anybody talk about his replacement. This is my opinion. I would love it. I think he's a day 1 starter, and you possibly get in round 3. He was highly recruited out of high school. Goes to Bama, where everybody goes. They got stud D linemen. They got more coming next year that are going to be top picks. So this guy's a beast, no doubt in my mind. I think he should be round 2. Could possibly slide to round 3. It's realistic. And this would be a great Muhammad Wilkerson replacement. I would love him on the Jets. On to round 4, Lorenzo Carter, linebacker, Georgia, outside linebacker. They could use another outside guy. I think round 4 is where this guy is going to go. So it's a good fit. and it makes sense. He could add pass rush. He also could sit back and play the position, cover guys. So I like Lorenzo Carter, kind of overshadowed by Roquan Smith, obviously. But on to the next pick. Round 5, Jamon Moore, wide receiver, Missouri. Is another very interesting prospect. Freak ability. I mean, you can see the guy looks like a freak, too. Freak ability. He's big. He's 6'3", maybe even 6'4". He's got open field speed once he gets going. I don't know what he's going to time in the combine. I expect good, but it's better on the field. Once he gets the ball and gets going, he runs by guys. We see him do it against Georgia, probably the best defense in the country this last year. In the past, he's done it against Georgia, I should say. But, I mean, he's got freak ability. Now, why is he down to round 5? You watch this guy, it's either go deep on the sidelines, run a streak, or come back. Streak or come back. I don't see him do anything else. It's very rare to see him do anything else. Maybe a post here and there, but he doesn't have a big route tree. Now, that doesn't mean he can't run any of the routes. He just wasn't asked to do it. So that's why there's a big mystery. It's a risk, I guess, but he has freak ability. I believe he can run more than those routes, but why did he only have to do that? Is it because the Missouri offense and how Drew Lock was just a deep ball guy, excellent arm. So Jamon Moore, again, freak ability. People are going to like him after the combine, I think. He outruns safeties in corners all the time. Good deep ball guy, great hands, strong. It's just there's some risk there with the routes. And receivers coming in the league, why are there so many first round busts? It's because of all the route running. Yeah, reading defenses. That's why most of the time guys are busts. I mean, sometimes players are drafted because of how fast they run. Didn't have a lot of production. That's a little different. Pretty obvious there. Those teams doing that. I blame, but the teams drafting some of these guys in the first round in the past that everyone believed first round, it's because they just had a hard time transitioning, and you can't really blame them for that. So, guy like Jamon Moore, a little bit of risk, but high reward. So I like him round 5, could possibly go round 4. We will see. On to the next guy, round 6, Joseph Noteboom, offensive lineman, TCU. I think he could be a round 5, round 6 guy. You know, the Jets probably need offensive lineman. People are probably going to say that we need an offensive lineman earlier than this. But I said in the past, I'm more of a fan of building offensive linemen in free agency. You really don't know what you're going to get in the draft, but I also noticed that in rounds like this, the player you get is not much different than a round 3 guy. So there's a lot of late round offensive linemen found that end up being pretty good, even undrafted. Collins from TCU last year, I thought should have been drafted. He went undrafted. He was playing in the playoffs for the Vikings. So I would wait. I would go free agency, and I would go late in the draft, even though you need it. So free agency, I'm looking to, if you have a big need at offensive line or wide receiver, those are the first 2 positions I'd rather build in free agency than the draft. I do like a lot of the wide receivers in the draft this year, though. So very similar offensive line. I'm kind of waiting a little bit to get my receiver because I do like their upside, kind of like a Jamon Moore. But it's very hard to develop receivers lately, it seems. So same with offensive linemen. I'm building them free agency, and I'm getting them late. That's my opinion. That's my take. Everyone does it different. Everyone has different opinions. That's how I look at it. Well, now we're on to round 7. I got him taking Jalen Davis, cornerback from Utah State. High production, very good at pass deflections. Could end up being a nickel corner, but give him a try at outside. This is the second corner I had the Jets taking. I think they definitely need help at corner. I had them taking Isaiah Oliver. I think he'd be a day 1 starter for them. Jalen Davis could get some action early. Cornerback's a position I talked about last year. People didn't really like when I had teams getting multiple corners last year. You can never have enough corners, in my opinion. You look at teams, not every team, but some teams, you'll see four of their corners play in a game, like multiple snaps. So corners, especially if one gets hurt too. Corners are solid ones are very hard to come across. Guys that can do multiple things. They're asked to do a lot. It's I would say the second hardest position in football when you're talking man press coverage, and maybe the hardest specific thing to do in football. So you can never have enough corners that can play. Very physical guy, Jalen Davis, all over the place, scrappy guy. Again, makes a lot of pass deflections. So very feared for Utah. I mean, they didn't play a lot of high competition, but what they played, feared throwing on Jalen Davis' side. So he probably should go earlier in this, but under 6 foot. Teams looking for the 6 foot guys, and you look at all the best corners in football. Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Rhodes, Patrick Peterson, they're all they're all 6 foot and above, 6'1". Richard Sherman, I mean, there's a list of guys you go on. Casey Hayward, I think, is just under 6 foot. He's one of the better guys. He's kind of old school now compared to the other guys. So the old school guys were, I mean, he's not old, but the old school guys were like 5'10". They used to be 5'10", 5'11", and they used to ball out. I don't really care about the size of the guys as long as they can play, but teams are looking for the 6 foot, 6'1" guys. So that's why Jalen Davis might drop a lot. But there's a lot of guys like him that are 5'10", playing outside corner, 5'11", played outside corner, that could play it. But they may get slid in the nickel, may drop in the draft just because of their size. It's a shame, but that's how it works. So that'll do it for the Jets mock draft, and really enjoyed this one. I think they're in a position to do great things here. I love 2 picks in the second round. If you can move back if a team can move back in the first round, looking at a team like the Colts, just an example, and gain more second round picks, day 2 picks, that is just excellent for this draft. Day 2's, I can't wait for day 2. I can't wait for the draft in general, but day 2 is going to be fun. 4th round, you're going to get some great talent in the 4th round on early day 3 as well. So it's going to be fun. Please stay tuned for more of these. We're going in draft order, and even the teams that don't have a first round pick will be last after the Eagles. So stay tuned for all that. We got free agency prediction videos. Check that out. Regular mock drafts, all kinds of stuff leading up to the draft. So please check all that out. Please like and subscribe. You guys have been great with the comments, even if they're negative. I love them. I love all the comments. So keep on doing it. Thanks for watching. That'll do it for this one. Goodbye.